And then the tears.
Tears. I love tears. Tears to me are, in my opinion, you're remembering home. You know what I mean? Like there's some, because sometimes we're just like, what the hell's going on down here?
Yeah.
Like this is crazy. This is not supposed to be this way.
Well, it's I don't know. It's kind of like an emotional deal too.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Like emotions usually don't hit me and stuff, but now they kind of do.
Yeah, it's a hot day. I'm hanging in the sunshine. You should hit me with the splash gun.
What's up?
Chilling out. Taking it
This is my buddy Kenny. Kenny's that dude that I was just talking about in my last video. So, why in the world would you drive from Michigan to Ohio to pay some guy to reconnect you?
I know it was just a crazy thing. I seen him on YouTube videos. He just ended up connecting, totally just connecting. I was like I knew you.
Yeah, I know. You called me and you were like, "Hey man, I'm coming down with a couple guys," and I was thinking, Kenny, do I know this guy? Did I go to college with this guy? Did I go to high school with this guy? Like, where do I know this guy?
The things you were saying were just the same things I was going through and just feeling, and I don't know, it's just like I had some kind of connection. And
yeah, obviously that was the case.
Good people.
Yeah, it's cool to be drawn to to good people.
Definitely.
So you've been reconnected.
Yes.
So what was that like?
It was awesome.
What'd you experience?
Just clarity and centered.
Clarity and centered.
Yeah, just kind of seeing things a little bit more as they are.
What'd you experience on the table? Did you feel that vibration? Because you did vibrate.
Yeah,
the whole time.
I did a little bit.
You're a floater too.
Yeah, I didn't really know I was doing that either.
Yeah.
I could tell my breathing was up and down, and I kind of felt like I was shaking a little bit, but and then the tears.
Tears. I love tears. Tears to me are, in my opinion, you're remembering home. You know what I mean? Like there's some, because sometimes we're just like, what the hell's going on down here?
Yeah.
Like this is crazy. This is not supposed to be this way.
Well, it's I don't know. It's kind of like an emotional deal too.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Like emotions usually don't hit me and stuff, but now they kind of do.
I did forget to tell you. That is a byproduct.
Yeah.
You will cry.
Yeah, and I'm not like that.
than you ever.
Yeah,
than you ever have.
No, it's definitely it's a trip.
It's crazy things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you
nothing.
could just nothing. You could just be sitting here looking at that tree.
Yeah, no.
And then all of a sudden you just see so much. Like right now, that's like I was looking out in the front, and dude, like every.
No, it's awesome.
It's just amazing.
Yeah. Definitely.
So that will increase.
Yeah.
And I want to say thank you so much.
You're very
for
welcome.
inviting my family out here.
More than welcome, and make it an every year deal, man.
We've had an amazing time.
Great.
I do not want it to stop. So we might just stay for a couple more days.
Go ahead. More than welcome.
Yeah,
we just met.
Yeah, literally.
Over the connection, and he ends up coming by a week later.
It was like a week, right?
Yeah.
About a week. And
that's living in the now.
Living in the now.
Living in the now.
Yeah. This dude lives in the now.
No, not like you, but I'm getting there.
I think you do.
I'm stretching it now.
I think you do.
Feeling better.
And I did mention that he, he came to me and he was like kind of embarrassed about it. He's like, I think I'm a healer.
Yeah.
And I mentioned, I was like, yeah no shit.
I've just had those, had those feelings.
Yeah. And so when did you start feeling these frequencies? Like a year ago?
Yeah, probably about a year ago. About a year ago. I was doing, exactly what you're saying, and I can feel them,
All the
within
time,
3
right?
seconds. I mean,
Yeah.
I could really, and then when you did that the other night
Yeah.
with that hand and then this hand
Yeah.
started locking up.
Yeah. He said he held out his hand
Yeah.
and we were having some shots and drinking, and he's like, let's see. And so I started doing it, his fingers just started contorting
and then it came through this arm. I was like, what the hell?
What's going on?
But it's good, man. It's definitely good.
I did the first session for his wife today outside. First time ever I've done that outside. And I'm sure it distracted from her, because if you're in like a darker room, it's different.
I thought it was pretty cool.
But I think that's the way it should be done.
Even with the sun and the shadows and all that stuff. That
you want to talk about any of your rabbit holes that you went through? Or are you good with that?
I've been down them all.
Yeah.
Well, not all of them, but quite a few. And it's basically fear porn. Just
yeah, it is.
Just get you scrambled on one thing, to mesh it with another, to get you pitted about this. And
we have so many people focusing on all the bullshit that, I think if we focus on a world, the type of world that we want to live in, we don't have to get caught up with how that is going to, what we have to do to make that shift. I think it just happens naturally. Like, we're talking about, I think just anything. If you got a shortage of water and you're focused on the shortage of water, then the crisis seems to get stronger and stronger. But if you focus on a world where there is no shortage of water, the next thing you know, there's inventions that turn salt water into what? You know what I mean?
Right.
It's that frequency, and we can't access what we need to get where we want unless we're at that frequency. And then the ideas and the inventions and the choices we make come naturally.
Right.
It's like it's just easier. And you really can't prove that to anybody unless they switch and they see the changes.
Yeah, right.
And like,
it's running their frequency. Running, like you said, it's low frequency people. It's high. It's just where they're at.
Yeah.
Where they're at. You can just tell.
Yeah.
You can tell if you're gonna rub them right or rub them wrong.
Yeah.
If it's gonna be a good, something good, or something, whatever.
Yeah, you can feel that. And so I wonder if when we feel that, if we actually if we feel like, oh man, I get a bad vibe about this guy. This seems. I wonder if we're like telepathically feeling their energy, which I think we are. But then there's the fact that if you feel that way, then you're also creating the asshole version of that person. If we feel that, we can feel their field, and then once we feel it, then we actually magnify it, and that's...
Yeah, they'll either hang around or they're going to get away.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that was in my last video.
Mm-hmm.
And I love my stepmom to death. I absolutely do. But, I felt like my energy and my frequency was putting her in a situation where she was forced to lose her mind.
Yeah.
Just because
family does that.
Family.
Family definitely does that.
Yeah, I think everybody's family's like that. I don't think anybody has a family that's like, oh, everything's perfect.
Not gonna happen.
I think I think that's just what we signed up for.
But it's the same thing. Everybody's really right if they really believe it.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Totally.
You're never gonna get anyone to change their mind. And you can try and with your kids and do whatever you want to do. But if their mind, you can't change anybody's mind.
Yep.
You try and
That's like my dad said. What's the old saying? You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink.
Yeah. So
it's funny how all those old sayings.
Back to basics.
And then it's and when you hear those old sayings from a different perspective, you're like, oh my God, that's magic.
Yeah. The simple,
the simple
things are what work,
Yeah.
And we just get too much stuff going.
Yeah.
Too much chatter.
Yeah. It's almost like everything's set up to keep us.
Well, you just can't. Everything you always have, your mind's racing all the time. When you try to go to sleep, you know, it's just always going.
I don't know what's happened to my mind. I think it shuts down.
I try and get mine too, and it just, you know, just go to sleep. You just think this, and why am I thinking that?
Yeah.
You
Where'd
know?
that come from?
Right.
Not
I was
that.
just when you were reconnecting Carrie, we were just watching you, and I was just like, it's awesome. It's great. And then your wife.
Like, how's it awesome?
Your wife.
How's it awesome?
You just open yourself up. You know, you're opening yourself up to something you're not even sure of.
Yeah.
You know.
Feels right though.
Yeah, it definitely feels right. You just.
It's like that sign you got.
It's like, look how clear. It's just so much clearer.
Yeah. I've had some people say that it's like getting reconnected is like it's when you're driving down the road in your car and you don't realize it, but then you wash the windows and you're like, oh my God, I see everything clear
well,
now.
it's small.
Like,
it's the smaller things too come. You know, you're just seeing more of the smaller things that you never even looked at before.
Yeah.
It was like your wife was in there and you were in here, and I was, and she was just moving her hand, and your daughter was right there, and Raina was moving her hand, and I'm like, no way, and my dog and Rambo right here, his leg starts twitching, but he's out, and then yeah, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, it's crazy.
I was telling Kenny that when this first happened to me, I was working on one of my best friends, and he's laying down there, and I'm doing it for about 15 minutes. And then I'm about, 10, 15 feet away from him, and all of a sudden he starts, And I was like, dude, are you okay? And he's like, yeah, don't stop. So I kept going, and I'm just like, yeah, this is amazing, you know. And then I got back farther and farther. I was like, oh my God, this is incredible. And so I was kind of, I don't know. It was so new to me, and I was like, I don't know, there was this sense of something. Anyway, ego. I was like, wow, yeah.
No,
yeah, this. So I ran out of memory. Me and Kenny talked for about 40 minutes, and there was some good stuff at the end there, but oh well, it is what it is. But I will go ahead and finish that last story that I was telling about when I first started feeling these frequencies, or when I discovered that I could do this. My daughter was 6 at the time. And so I had told my buddy that I was working on, who was popping, I said, hey, would you like a session with, Raina, my 6-year-old at the time? And he's like, what? I go, oh yeah. After a little convincing, he went over and laid down, and I told, my 6-year-old, I was like, hey, why don't you go give Jimmy a session? And so she was a little, reluctant at first, because she's 6 and embarrassed, and I don't know. And so she's walking over, and she's just looking around, and she's walking towards him, and right when she gets to him, she just goes and just looks at him. And the second she looks at him, boom, 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 he just starts doing his thing. And it was like this, it was this incredible learning experience for me, because I realized that you really need to be childlike. You need to be in this state of awe. The second you think you know what's happening, it limits how pure of a channel you are to bring these frequencies through. And I don't know, it was just this beautiful moment for me when I realized that my child, my 6-year-old child, could do with one glance what it took me 15 minutes of playing with the frequencies. And so from that moment on, I've always approached these frequencies like a child. And that I know that I don't know. I do not know, and I don't care to know, because I know that this is, I don't need to know. So I also, I gave Kenny and his buddy Wayne a session. Here's a little bit of their sessions. Okay, thanks for watching my videos, and I'm gonna get away from the sessions, and I'm gonna make a couple different kind of videos in the next little bit. But okay, man. Thank you so much for watching my stuff, and peace.